today is the day. That's right, boys and girls. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am SendIt Steve, and today we are lifting our 03 Chevy Avalanche. Now, I know a bunch of you guys absolutely hate this body style, and that's okay. You don't have to like it. I like it. So that's what matters to me, is the fact that I like it. This is a build that I wanted to do. And, you know, frankly, on this channel, now we're going to start to do things that I want to do. So before we get into that, I want to give a huge shout out to Anthem Wheels. They've obviously sponsored the wheels for this build. They look absolutely incredible. We went ahead and got 37 1250 20s mounted on the tire, or on the wheel. That's the tire, obviously. And I absolutely love the fact that there's actually still tire here. I mean, there's still a good solid, I'd say 7 or 8 inches of actual sidewall on this tire, so we don't have to worry about getting it curbed or anything like that. But we're not here to talk about this. We're here to talk about today's rough country suspension lift. That's right, this thing is going to go up in the air 6 more inches at least. And well, I might even Carolina squat it, guys. You'll have to find out by the end of the video. I'm kind of digging that look for some reason right now. It's probably because I know you guys are going to hate it, and, you know, frankly, it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying we'd do it and leave it there permanently, but I am saying let's do a Carolina squat, ride around with it for a little bit and see how we like it. So let's get started, mainly because I got to take this phone call. This side here, I've already got all torn down. I decided I might as well just keep plugging and chugging. I do have a slow-mo setup, so you'll be able to see that, or a fast forward rather. But we got all of our powder coated pieces laying out here. This thing is gonna look freaking killer. So I wanted to show you guys kind of the reason why I took the wheel liner out. Normally you don't have to take the wheel liner out, but while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and just replace these brake lines. Like I said, this is where it was leaking. Was actually spraying out right here. I know I didn't show you guys previously, but it was leaking like right in here, just spraying kind of all over. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this one straight back. We're gonna replace the ones that go from the ABS module up, down and across, and over to that side. But I mean, this thing is gonna be freaking killer when it's done. One nice thing I do like is it has no manifold bolts broke on this side. I didn't look at the other side yet, but on this side there's 0 broken manifold bolts, which is a huge plus for something of this year and everything. So again, I wanted to say it's not actually as rusty as it looks. It just has been sitting for a while. This all is just kind of like the paint that's on the suspension and frame. Like, that's what that is. It's just like the paint flaking off. It's not actual like rust or anything. There's a good indication you can see, but that's, you know, it's actually not as rusty as it probably looks in the GoPro, so, which is a plus. We'll go ahead and get this all undercoated and everything once we're done. But let me go ahead over to the other side, and I'll kind of show you the process of what I did. I started to do it on this side, and I decided I might as well stop and kind of show you the progress. There is a spindle on this side. All right, so the first thing I usually do is just go ahead and disconnect the ABS module, or the ABS, which actually goes down to your hub assembly. Second thing I do, axle nut. I was already over there on that side, so I decided to go ahead and take it off. So then I'll go ahead and take off the brake lines. It'll be this bolt here, which is a 10, and you come up here, which is a 10. You'll take that off, then I'll take the caliper off. I don't know if you've seen it on that side, but I had it hanging up here, so I'll end up hanging it right here because it's a good solid bracket to hang the caliper and everything from, so it'll be up and out of the way. Then next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll take the tie rod out here, then I'll take the lower control arm bolt out, and then I'll take the upper control arm bolt out. Meanwhile, obviously the rotor and everything's off. It kind of gives it its free space. Then I'll go ahead, I'll take the axle out, pull the hub off, pull the spindle off, and then come up here, get the shocks, and then the sway bar end link, and then we'll take out the lower control arms. Upper control arms stay in this particular lift. I'll then come over here with an 18mm bolt, and you can tell these keys are not turned in all the way, so that's the torsion key here. So we'll go ahead and back that the whole way out, so this has free range to go ahead and move, and then we'll go ahead and get the shock out, and we'll just go ahead and take everything apart from there. So let me get started on this, and we'll check back with you guys in a little bit. And we'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Like I said, we are going to replace the brake lines too, so we don't have to worry about the fact that these look totally trashed. They will be brand new when we get this thing all back together. now we get into the actual fun part. So basically what you're gonna do here now, don't mind Mo over there making all kinds of ruckus. But there's 4 bolts. You're going to take the front drive shaft, you're going to disconnect that. This bracket is actually going to be the bracket that you cut off. So you're going to have to go ahead and take out these. There's 2 bolts here and 2 bolts on the other side here. Pull this down and out of the way, and this bracket will get replaced with the first bracket here that you see. The second one with the RC carved in it will actually go to the front, and that will be that one there. So let's go ahead, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on GoPro. I'm going to try, but I'm going to go ahead and take this out here real quick, and then I'm going to take the differential out, which the front diff to take this out is obviously the 4 for the drive shaft. There's one here that's through. There's another one up on top. I'm not sure if you can see up here, but there's one, and then on that side there's going to be 2. Also, do not forget to disconnect your electronic motor for your activation of your front differential. So definitely get that disconnected before you end up dropping it or ripping the cable out. So let me go ahead and get these. So there's 2, 2, 3, well, we'll just 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 bolts hold the front differential in, and let's go ahead and get all that taken care of now. It can't usually just fall out, guys, just so you know. But I would put a jack under there if you're new to all this. Should be ready to come down now. And there's going to be your differential removal. Now, like I said, you are going to have to cut this bracket off here. So you'll have to get something strong enough to cut through the metal here. I'm going to use probably a cutoff wheel or a Sawzall. But cut that off, and then everything starts going back together. Also, you're going to cut this top ear off and maybe grind down these fins. I'll show you here in a minute. Alrighty, take 2. Now I'll come back in with a grinder and kind of round all this out so it's not sharp edges. Perfect. Now that mounts out of there. Now you'll go ahead and get a piece from the kit and you'll end up bolting on here to re-secure it. Then on this side, it'll actually have a bracket to drop it down from the frame to here. We'll get to that. Stand by. All right, so the other thing on these things is you have fins over here on this side that you're gonna have to shave down. Now you can test fit it and see if it doesn't. I already know from previous lift kits that I've already installed that I have to go ahead and just notch it. It's just gonna be easier to do it now. I kind of know where to go. I've done it before. Like I said, I did the Urban Bourbon. So I'm just gonna start grinding away at it, and when I get to the point where I'm done, I'll be done. Before I go ahead and run out of GoPro battery, I'm gonna show you. Hopefully you can see it in there, but this bracket's got to get cut off. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that off now, and then we'll go back to grinding because it's just easier to grind outside the car than underneath. So let me go ahead and get this bracket cut off. Now I'll take a grinder here and come in and clean this up a little bit so it looks a lot better than this. I'll just cut these two ears off and we're ready to start putting this thing back together. Oh, I love it. I love it. Those two pieces we will not be putting back on. That one we will not be putting back on. And so you'll be able to tell here, I did go ahead and get the mount on here, ground off the top mount, the old mount that you don't need any longer, ground off the fins on the side. So this thing is ready to get reinstalled. As you can tell underneath here, I have the front drop bracket already on, and I'm getting ready to move up to the second one, and then we're gonna put our one that's on the side on, and this thing's really coming together. So I should be able to have the front done tonight, and then it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'll put this video out. You'll see this video first, and then tomorrow we'll do the rear. The rear super easy. I figured I'd make a two-part video so it doesn't take up, you know, an hour to do this. So the rear super simple. That should be like a 15 or 20 minute video, but the front is definitely going to be a little bit of a longer video. So let me go ahead and get the rear front cross member up and start getting this thing reassembled. All right, now when we go under here, I got the front differential mount on. As you can tell, I left it black. I was gonna powder coat it orange, but I kind of like the contrast of it being black. And then on the other side over there, you can see right there where my finger is up top, we've got the drop bracket there for that one. So let's go ahead and get these things tightened up. And I mean, we're making pretty good progress here. I should be able to have the diff in before the sun sets, and then we'll kind of be buttoning everything up with no light. Ready to rock and roll, ready to get the control arms on here, get the torsion bars and everything set up. But I think I might wait to show you guys the torsion bars and everything in the morning while we have some daylight. So let me get out from under here, and I'll kind of do a closing. Actually, I'll show you guys here. If I can get to it. All right, as you can tell, those two are going to be brand new bolts. The other two bolts stay on the top of that bracket there. And then obviously you have your front one, which is your new bracket, and then in your rear it now bolts to the lower bracket here. So the differential is in place. All I have to do is tighten everything up, which I'm going to do real quick, and then I'll climb out and I'll shoot an outro. This is kind of why I want to wait till the morning to show you how to assemble the front here. Is number one, you're going to have to actually drill a hole in the top of this one here for a bolt to go down through here. And number two, there is actually a slug that goes through here, which then bolts that down. So I'm gonna wait till the morning to go ahead and show you this, and then obviously your torsion bar, instead of running in here, will now run up here and there. So there you guys have it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off right here. The avalanche is obviously getting lifted, and I don't think we're going to Carolina squat it. I know a lot of people are saying that I shouldn't do it. A lot of people say that they don't like it, and you know, they'll unsubscribe, blah blah blah. But I don't think we're going to Carolina squat it. I don't think I really have the time frame to be able to do that before I want to get to the first car show. So we're just going to get it done and get it done nicely. So there you guys have it. If you like the content, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and tune in to the next video, because that will be finishing it up. I wanted to make this a two-part video. Number one, to show actually, you know, a lot of the steps along the way, because on the Urban Bourbon, I just kind of like blew it out real quick and got it done. Versus this one, I wanted to go ahead and show like step for step of how to get this thing back together. So we're basically in the final steps to get this thing put back together. So that's what we're going to do in the next video that you see. So it'll be me finishing up the front end. Obviously I'll wait till tomorrow, get this thing tossed back together, and then we'll start on the rear, which the rear is super simple, guys. You don't, you know, anybody can do the rear. So again, take care. Please smash that like button, guys. It helps out so much, you guys have no idea. But take care, and I'll see you in the next one.